Money. So important and so not important. As a spiritual healer, a spiritual coach, an energy worker, a light worker, a healer, you are doing your work on yourself and you are working to help the people around you be better in their lives. And you probably have some issues around money because most people have issues around money. You are not alone. You are not weird. You are not failing. You are not off. You're just a human, and money is an incredible tool that is here to help us all in different ways, and you have a relationship with it. My name is Crystal Lynn Bell. I am the founder of Badass Butterfly Alchemy Coaching. This is my live stream, and welcome. It's called the Spiritual Business Hour with Crystal Lynn Bell. I come to you every day, Monday through Friday at 2:00 p.m. Pacific. And Wednesdays is Woo Wednesdays. On Woo Wednesdays, I really talk about something that is very woo oriented, spiritual, and a little like it gives you goose pimples. Today, though, we're going to be talking about manifesting money. And what I have for you is a money activation. It is for spiritual women in particular. That's who I work with. But if you're a man, everybody has the feminine and the masculine inside them. So you can definitely enjoy this as well. If you are watching me live, please type in the comments #live. If you're watching the replay, type in the comments #replay. That's incredibly helpful. So thank you. I just have for you a meditation and activation. And I'm simply going to read that to you. I'm going to take you on a journey. If you don't have time to do that right now, please bookmark this, come back to it tonight. This is a great time to be activating your money channel, to be activating your energy centers and inviting more money and prosperity into your life and into your business. And I am here to help you do that. So go ahead and take some deep breaths. Now, if you happen to be driving while you are listening to this, I don't recommend you do that. Look, this is an activation. It's more of an activation than a meditation, but in order to be activated, you really need to allow yourself to relax. It's helpful to close your eyes. I believe it's helpful to sit up straight. You can sit with your legs in the lotus position where they're crossed, or you can sit on a chair, put your feet down, and sit on the couch. You can sit on the floor, you can sit on your bed. It doesn't matter. I want you to be comfortable. You can be sitting at your desk like I'm sitting at my desk right now. Be comfortable. Keep your back straight. Breathe deeply. And let's go on this journey together. Taking some slow, deep breaths, deep inhalation in, really expanding your lungs, expanding your diaphragm, pulling that down as you breathe in, and slowly exhaling, allowing your lungs to empty as much as you can. With your next inhalation, imagine that you are breathing in white light, allowing that light to clear, bringing it in through your head and bringing it down through your body. As I turn on do not disturb here. It's okay. Do not disturb is on. We're just getting started. Another slow, deep inhalation. Being very aware of the air as it goes in through your nostrils, focusing on your nostrils. That's a physical place that can help you get grounded. Feeling that air inside your nose, inhaling and exhaling. And again, imagining that as you inhale, there is white light being breathed into your body. Imagine it flowing through your body from head to toe so that you are illuminated with platinum light from the inside out. That's the truth of who you are. And just letting that go. We're calling in the energy of abundance as something that already exists within us that we are learning to stop blocking. With our next deep inhalation, we are inviting clarity, honesty, and the courage to see our financial reality as it exactly is. There's no shame, no guilt, no judgment here. We are children of God, and we are exactly where we need to be, and we are perfect. Slow, deep inhalation in. And as you exhale, release any stories that you may be telling yourself about what your financial numbers mean and about your worth. You are priceless. Inhaling, I am priceless. Money is energy, and money moves toward clarity. Money moves away from confusion. It's that simple. It responds to intention, and it mirrors our relationship with ourselves. Today, we are going to look honestly at that mirror and begin the process of transforming what that mirror holds. And taking a slow, deep breath in and exhaling completely. Part one is the mirror. So before we can do any real money magic, we need to be willing to look at what it is we are embodying. So right now, you can take a journal if you have it, or you can just do this in your mind. I want you to answer these questions, and I want you to do it without editing yourself, remembering that right now is a time for honesty. We are still in the time of the full moon in Capricorn. This very powerful money magic time. When you're writing or when you're thinking, allow yourself to see the deep truth. Whatever comes first, whatever your first reaction is, that is your deep truth. Here's the first question. What is your current relationship with money? What is your current relationship with money? You can write it or you can think about it. What does it feel like to be around money? Being honest. Next question. When you think about checking your bank account or looking at your business numbers, what feeling comes up in your body and where do you feel it? Taking a slow, deep breath in, connecting to your body, opening your heart and mind, and just allowing yourself to be honest. What's coming up? when you think about going to check your bank account? And let's go on to the next question. What did you learn about money growing up? You can look at the lessons that you were taught, the rules your parents had, or the attitudes your parents shared with you consciously. But you can also look at the lessons that the energy that was in your home, the energy that was in your home. How was that? Taking a slow, deep breath in. Just allowing those ideas to be revealed to you. So, what you just looked at is not just your personal history, it is a living operating system that is running your whole financial life right now. It's running your pricing, how you receive, how quickly you follow up with your clients, how you ask for money if you feel comfortable asking for money, how you respond when somebody says, "Oh, I can't afford that," to you. All of that is in your subconscious mind and in your past. But this is good news. And I think it's important to understand that your subconscious patterns around money are very subtle. They are subconscious. They show up as hesitation. You hesitate before saying your price. You hesitate or you balk when someone suggests that you need to raise your prices. Or you go to the other extreme and you're super eager to raise your prices. You're eager and you don't even know the value. You haven't done the work to do the value, but you know that it should be higher and you want to get it higher. You just want to bust through. That's all subconscious money talking. Over delivering so that you can justify what you charge. That is money issues on a subconscious level, acting through you. If you're someone who spends money before it arrives because you don't trust that it's going to be able to stay with you, that you're going to be able to hold on to it, or that it'll be there the next day, because that's what you've grown up experiencing and that's what you carried into adulthood. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. You're a human. You're a human doing what humans do. Humans have been doing it this way for a really long time. Most of the world does it this way. Struggling, but that's human experience and that's an opportunity. You're here as a human living your human life. And that's an honor. Even if it's hard, even if it's ugly, it's a blessing. And that's what you need to understand as you're looking at these patterns, it's not to beat yourself up or beat up your parents or, condemn your past because you didn't do it right or somebody didn't do it right. Who cares? We don't care. We don't care about that because we're human. We're spirit having a human experience. And so we're not going to be judging and mad at the past because that doesn't help us be better in the future and in the present. So we're looking at our patterns and we are identifying them. So what I want you to do right now is to pick a pattern that feels most familiar to you right now. You don't have to pick them all. Just choose one that feels really familiar. If you have pen and paper, then write it down. Look, we don't always do this at the Spiritual Business Hour. So I know you're not prepared with pen and paper, although I think, honestly, the material I deliver during Spiritual Business Hour is notable. Take some notes, write some stuff down. Why not? 2:00 every day, write something down. Here's what I want you to look at now around these patterns. First of all, identify the pattern. Second of all, answer these two questions. What is the pattern costing me? What is the pattern costing me? And what is the belief that's underneath the pattern? So one of my old money patterns was to work really hard, spend all my money, invest all my money, and then run out of money before my investments have had a time to grow and develop and to blossom into the next thing. That was a pattern I'd had since I was a kid. So what did it cost me? It cost me the comfort of being able to actually allow my investments to grow and take root. It cost me a lot of time. It cost me a lot of energy. It cost me a lot of heartache. It cost me a lot of disappointment. It cost me a lot of energy that was about trying to rush the outcomes and forcing them to catch up to the money that I had already invested in them. And that's not how that works. Anytime you spend money on an investment, that's a seed that you're investing in, not the tree. It's the acorn, not the oak tree. The acorn you're investing in, and that is good. But you need time for the acorn to get activated and to sprout and then to grow into the oak tree. Then it's a small oak, and that takes time to grow into a mighty oak. Okay, and I was trying to always get acorns out of the oak tree before it was even old enough to bear fruit. You can't get acorns out of a sapling. It has to grow, and then it can start to develop its fruit. And then, do you really want to be taking the fruit when it's so young and it's not ripe and it's not developed? No, you got to wait. Let it grow into its full self and let the fruit develop. So the thing to understand is that a lot of us don't have an issue with money. We have an issue with time. We want stuff now, and we just can't wait. Money, though, money's like a tree. It's energy. It's like a tree. Money does grow on trees. My girl who's supposed to be here today, her name is Jennifer Seifert. She's supposed to be here today, but she got sick. And so I'm doing the money thing by myself just because I didn't feel like I could change gears. Anyway, she will be back. She will be back, and you are going to love her. But she said, Crystal Lynn, did you know money does grow on trees? And I was like, what? And she said, girl, money grows on trees. What do you think paper is? And I'm like, I see what you did right there. That works. It was good. It was good what she said. And it was true. The fact is that you don't have a money issue. You have a time issue. And once you realize that, it becomes a game changer. That was how my game changed. Once I started realizing that all I got to do is slow down with my spending and let my investments catch up, everything changed. Things got good. So you've looked at the patterns. So now let's talk about the alchemy. And this is where your magic really begins. And here's the thing, okay? Alchemy is the process of transforming something into something else. And what you want to understand is that you are already an alchemist, period. We are all alchemists, whether we know it or not, and whether we like it or not. Just like we're all butterflies, whether we like it or not. When we're all caterpillars, whether we like it or not. So you're not going to change your financial reality by pretending that it's something that it isn't. You gotta really see it clearly. You have to understand what created it, and you need to make a conscious decision to actually behave differently with it than you did before. If you've been following me for some time, you'll know that I love talking about numerology. And we are currently in a 1 year. 2026 is a 1 year. Last year was a 9 year, and I know it kicked a lot of people's asses. Some of y'all are in denial when people who say to me, oh, you had a great year last year. And then they start talking to be like, yeah, last year was hard. 2025, it brought the heat. And that's okay. That's what it's supposed to do. Everybody is also seeing that this 1 year is bringing a lot of fruitful, beautiful things. A lot of people are thriving right now in this 1 year, and I'm happy for you. So use the momentum of this year to respond differently to money. So I want you to write down a response to the pattern that you identified and give it new instructions. So make a new agreement with yourself about how you're going to handle money from this point forward. So, for example, when I realized that I was spending all my money and investing in my business, and I was not completing things. So what I was doing was investing, launching something, and then boom, it would launch. But then instead of understanding that it needs to grow slowly, I would expect a big launch, but I got a small launch. And this is why I say time for me was the issue. The thing that changed was that I started looking at my money like it was a tree. And I said, every dollar that I invest in my business is another seed laid in the ground. And then, maybe I invested $100 here and I looked at that as being sunshine. I invested, some more money over here. I looked at that as being sunlight. And, maybe there was some fertilizer. So all these things I would say, okay, my business is being invested in. I'm nurturing this seed and it's growing. And I would get feedback from the world in the form of, activation and sprouts and roots, and all these little things would start taking place. And that's when I really realized, and I broke the old pattern by understanding that a business is to be nurtured and nurtured and nurtured and loved, and it takes time. I grew up in a family where we had a lot of money, and money came to us very, very quickly, and money left us very, very quickly. We had lots of money. So my mentality was not, even though we worked really hard and we developed our business, we got big rewards from our business very quickly. And we would spend all of our money because we always just kind of had the ability to manifest large amounts of money. And we kind of assumed that that's just the way life was. We all did, you know? And so I went into my own business, you know, 18 years ago. 18 years ago, I went into my own business with that same kind of attitude. And I would always make a lot of money. And then I'd be spending it, reinvesting it, spending it, spending, spending, spending. But then because of who I am and how I am, I would not lay down the roots. I'd be like, hey, this is what I'm doing for right now. That's going to change. And I had the energy and I was young and I was trying out all these different things. I never followed anything through. I never followed things through in the past. 9 years ago, I got it. And that's when my whole financial self completely turned around. I got it. Crystal, and you have to finish stuff. You have to finish it all the way. You can't just keep taking ideas and launching. You have to take an idea and you have to see it through completely. It's like, getting pregnant. You need to hold that baby inside you for 40 weeks. Everybody wants that baby in there for 40 weeks because that's what's best for the baby. If your baby comes out prematurely, the baby's going to be struggling. And that's what I was doing with my business, Okay. So I want you to write a response to the pattern that you identified. And here's what I want you to try. I want you to write or think, if you're just thinking, my new agreement with money is blank. My new agreement with money is blank. For me, I would probably say something like, my new agreement with money is patience. My new agreement with money is, if you're somebody who's maybe afraid of investing in herself, my new agreement with money is trust. Okay? If you're somebody who is, you think you have to work really hard for your money, you have to work really hard. My new agreement with money is ease. My new agreement with money is receptive. My new agreement with money is overflowing. If there's been an insufficiency, it's overflowing. And look, I know, I'm normally not the person who believes in just doing affirmations, but we are looking at a pattern, okay? We're looking at one pattern, and I'm giving you one affirmation or a new agreement. An agreement is not an affirmation. An agreement is something that is thought through and agreed to. An affirmation is repetition of something affirming, which is great. But an agreement means that you agree to this. It's a contract. So that's why I want you to walk through this, because I think it's very important. Starting today, when I notice the old pattern, so what are you going to do when the old pattern comes up? If my new agreement with money is patience, what I'm going to do is stop am not going to spend. It's already started. This is how I've done it. This is how I've been doing it. Enjoying the process of money accumulating, enjoying the process of allowing myself to not spend, like doing something else. It's cool. I like it. The last question here is the financial result I am committed to creating by the end of this quarter. So we're at the beginning of a new quarter. So by the end of this uh, quarter, what do I want to have as a financial result? What do you want to have at the end of this quarter? Great. You can let me know in the comments, by the way. So now I want you to place both of your hands on your heart. We're going to do this activation now. And you can read through what you've already written down. You can read through it, or you can just kind of reflect on it right now. Close your eyes, reflect, open them and read, whatever. And just kind of repeat to you what your new agreement with money is. And then take 3 deep breaths. And when you're breathing in, breathe in light and breathe in your new agreement. And as you exhale, release the old agreement, release the old pattern. Pattern is an agreement. I'm just going to do this. It might be an agreement that you aren't aware that you're making, but it's there because you're doing it. Give yourself permission to let go of that pattern and bless it as you say goodbye to it. Take another slow, deep breath. And with your next inhalation, breathe in, I am someone who is clear about her money. And with your next inhalation, breathe in, I am someone who receives with ease and gratitude. And with your next deep inhalation, breathe in, I am someone whose business reflects the full value of what she offers. And with your next deep breath, money flows to me because I am clear, I am present, and I am ready. All right, my friend. So please remember that your financial reality is not fixed. Um, it's a reflection of a vibration that you are holding, and there is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong. It's just a fucking vibration. That's all it is. Okay? You can change it. I want that for you because it's nice. It's much nicer to be in this vibration that I'm holding than the vibration I was holding 9 years ago. So I want you to embody your best money life. And that's what today was all about. All right, my friend, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment for me. And let me know how you did. All right, signing off. Bye for now. Bye, everyone.